Welcome to our enlightening journey on how God speaks through your mind and guides. In this exploration, we delve into the subtle and profound ways the divine communicates with us, guiding our paths and decisions. Prepare to discover the art of tuning into divine messages and learning to navigate a life with spiritual insight. Understanding divine communication, in our quest to comprehend the myriad ways through which God speaks to us, it's pivotal to first grasp the essence of divine communication. This phenomenon transcends the limitations of conventional language, enveloping us in a tapestry of spiritual signals that guide and influence our journey through life. Divine communication is not confined to the realms of religious practices, but exists as a universal principle that beckons to all, regardless of one's faith or belief system. At its core, divine communication hinges on the belief that there is a higher power, a guiding force that seeks to connect with us, offering direction and insight beyond our earthly comprehension. This connection is not heralded by thunderous voices or miraculous apparitions. Instead, it's often subtle, manifesting through the nuanced layers of our daily experiences and innermost thoughts. It could be the sudden epiphany that solves a lingering problem, the serendipitous meeting of a soul that seems to speak directly to our condition, or the inexplicable feeling of peace amidst turmoil. To truly understand divine communication, one must acknowledge that it often operates on the periphery of our consciousness, requiring a heightened sense of awareness to detect and interpret its messages. It's akin to tuning into a radio frequency that is always broadcasting, but only discernible when we adjust our dials to the right station. This adjustment involves cultivating a mindset that is open, receptive, and attuned to the subtleties of spiritual guidance. Engaging with divine communication necessitates an openness to the idea that our lives are part of a grander design, with each experience, challenge, and opportunity woven into the fabric of a purposeful narrative. It invites us to look beyond the superficial layers of our existence, urging us to seek deeper meanings and connections in what we encounter daily. This perspective is not only transformative, but also empowering, as it aligns us with a flow of guidance that steers us towards growth, healing, and fulfillment. Moreover, understanding divine communication is about recognizing that this divine guidance is not a one-way street, but a dynamic interaction. It requires not just listening, but also responding through our actions, decisions, and the very course of our lives. As we learn to identify and interpret these divine signals, we embark on a journey of co-creation with the universe, actively participating in the unfolding of our destinies in alignment with a higher will. In essence, understanding divine communication is the first step toward unlocking a deeper, more meaningful relationship with the world around us. It is an invitation to perceive life through a lens of spiritual awareness, opening ourselves to the endless possibilities of guidance, wisdom, and connection that await when we learn to listen with the heart. The mind as a conduit for divine messages. The human mind, a marvel of complexity and nuance, serves as the primary channel through which divine messages are transmitted to us. This concept, while mystical in nature, is deeply rooted in the understanding that our consciousness is not just a receiver of thoughts and ideas, but a bridge connecting the tangible world with the intangible realms of spiritual guidance. The mind, in its vast and varied capabilities, harbors the potential to tune into frequencies beyond our ordinary perceptions, making it a potent conduit for divine communication. Central to harnessing the mind's potential to receive divine guidance is the practice of cultivating inner silence and mindfulness. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, our minds are often saturated with endless thoughts, worries, and distractions, creating a cacophony that drowns out the subtle whispers of divine wisdom. Achieving a state of stillness, therefore, becomes a prerequisite for opening the channels of communication. Meditation, deep reflection, and mindful living are tools that can help us quiet the mental noise, allowing the divine messages to be heard more clearly and distinctly. It is within the quietude of our being that intuition thrives, a profound sense of knowing that transcends rational thought and offers guidance that is often inexplicably accurate. Intuition is like the gentle nudge from the universe, guiding us towards decisions and actions that align with our highest good. It is in these moments of intuitive clarity that the divine speaks to us most directly, guiding our steps with an invisible hand that leads us towards our destined path. Moreover, the mind's ability to connect with the divine is also manifested through inspiration and creativity. Those sudden bursts of insight, the solutions to problems that appear in a flash, or the artistic visions that come to us seemingly out of nowhere, these are all forms of divine communication. They are reminders that the source of all creation is also at work within us, guiding our thoughts towards innovation, problem-solving, and the expression of beauty. Understanding the mind as a conduit for divine messages also involves discernment, the ability to differentiate between our own thoughts and those inspired by a higher source. This discernment is cultivated through practice, reflection, and a deepening of our spiritual awareness. It requires trust in the intuitive process and a willingness to follow the guidance received, even when it challenges our preconceptions or leads us into unfamiliar territory. In essence, the mind is not just a tool for intellectual thought, but a sacred vessel for divine guidance. By learning to quiet the mind, tune into our intuition, and embrace the flow of inspiration, we open ourselves to a more profound dialogue with the divine. This ongoing conversation enriches our lives with wisdom, guidance, and the reassurance that we are never truly alone in our journey through life. Deciphering the language of the divine. The language of the divine is as varied and vast as the universe itself, composed not of words, but of signs, symbols, feelings, and synchronicities. Learning to decipher this language is akin to becoming fluent in a form of communication that transcends the verbal and enters the realm of the spiritual. It requires a keen sense of observation, a deep intuition, and a heart open to receiving guidance in its many forms. Divine messages often arrive in the most unexpected ways. A recurring dream that seems to point towards a specific path, a book falling open to a page with a message that resonates deeply, or even a chance encounter with a stranger who delivers words of wisdom precisely when needed. These are not mere coincidences, but are, in fact, the universe communicating with us through its unique language. To become adept at understanding this language, one must first acknowledge that everything in our lives serves a purpose or carries a message. This shift in perspective transforms our daily experiences, allowing us to see the divine hand in the minutiae of our existence. It's about seeing patterns, connecting dots, and recognizing that what might initially appear random or insignificant could hold profound spiritual significance. Practically, this involves paying attention to the repetition of certain themes or symbols in our lives, the emotional reactions they evoke, and the timing of their appearance. Journaling can be an invaluable tool in this process, providing a means to track these occurrences and reflect on their possible meanings. Over time, patterns emerge, revealing the specific ways in which the divine prefers to communicate with us individually. Overcoming doubts and learning to trust. Perhaps the most significant challenge on this journey is overcoming the skepticism and doubt that naturally arise when we begin to perceive divine guidance in our lives. Trusting in something that cannot be quantified or proven requires a leap of faith, a suspension of disbelief that can be deeply challenging in a world that values empirical evidence above all. The process of building this trust begins with small steps. It involves taking note of the times when following a hunch or a subtle nudge results in positive outcomes, or when ignoring such guidance leads to missed opportunities or lessons learned the hard way. Over time, these experiences accumulate, forming a body of evidence that, while personal and subjective, is nonetheless convincing. Learning to trust also means letting go of the need for control, understanding that we are part of a larger tapestry of existence, woven together by threads of destiny and free will. It's about surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that the guidance we receive is always aimed at our growth and highest good, even if it doesn't immediately seem so. Cultivating a relationship with the divine, much like any relationship, requires time, patience, and communication. It involves speaking through prayer or meditation and listening through quiet contemplation and awareness. As this relationship deepens, so too does our trust in the guidance received, until eventually it becomes a natural and integral part of our decision-making process. Navigating the path of divine communication is an ongoing journey of discovery, one that enriches our lives with meaning, guidance, and a deeper connection to the universe. By learning to decipher the language of the divine and overcoming our doubts to trust in the guidance we receive, we open ourselves to a life led by wisdom, love, and the profound interconnectedness of all things. Living a life guided by divine wisdom. Living a life guided by divine wisdom is an art that involves integrating the subtle spiritual insights and guidance we receive into the fabric of our everyday existence. It's a journey of transformation that changes not only how we make decisions, but also how we see the world and our place within it. This alignment with divine wisdom illuminates our paths with clarity, purpose, and a profound sense of connection to something greater than ourselves. Embracing action based on guidance. The true test of living a life guided by divine wisdom comes in our willingness to act on the guidance we receive. It's one thing to recognize and understand the signs and messages. It's another to trust them enough to base our decisions and actions upon them. This step requires courage and faith, especially when the guidance we receive seems to defy logic or leads us into uncharted territories. However, it's through these acts of trust that we grow and learn, often finding our greatest strengths and lessons in the moments we feel most challenged. Fostering a personal relationship with the divine. A life led by divine wisdom is underpinned by a personal and intimate relationship with the divine. This relationship is unique to each individual, shaped by personal beliefs, experiences, and the ways in which we choose to connect with and understand the divine. Regular practices such as prayer, meditation, contemplation, and the observance of nature can nurture this relationship, creating a foundation of trust and familiarity that makes it easier to recognize and follow divine guidance. Aligning with our highest good. Divine guidance invariably steers us towards our highest good, though understanding this can sometimes be challenging, especially when we face adversity or when our desires do not align with the guidance we receive. Trusting in divine wisdom means believing that there is a larger plan at play, one that encompasses our growth, learning, and fulfillment in ways we may not immediately comprehend. It requires a relinquishment of ego and an embrace of the flow of life, trusting that we are being led to where we need to be for our highest development. Incorporating wisdom into daily decisions. Incorporating divine wisdom into our daily lives means making decisions that reflect our understanding and trust in this guidance. It involves being mindful of the choices we make, from the mundane to the significant, ensuring they are in harmony with the values and insights we've gleaned from our spiritual practice. This approach to life fosters a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that our actions are aligned with a greater purpose. As we conclude our journey on understanding divine guidance, remember that the path to perceiving and acting upon divine wisdom is deeply personal and endlessly rewarding. Embrace the journey with an open heart and mind, and let the divine guidance illuminate your path with clarity, purpose, and peace.